Welcome back to Math 107 College Algebra. In this video, we're going to take a look at how to solve systems of equations in two variables. So I have the system of equations x plus 2y equals 3 and 4x plus 5y equals 6. And I'm actually going to show you how to solve this system of equations using two different methods. First one we're going to talk about is substitution. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solve that first equation for x. So I have x is equal to 3 minus 2y. I'm now going to plug that value for x into the other equation. So I have 4 times 3 minus 2y plus 5y equals 6. And then I can simplify this. 12 minus 8y plus 5y equals 6. Combining like terms, I get 12 minus 3y equals 6. Now I can subtract 12 from both sides. And divide both sides by negative 3. And I get y equals 2. I now will take that y equals 2 and plug it in to my other equation. And I can already do it with what I have solved for x. So I now have x equals 3 minus 2 times 2, which gives me negative 1. So, that's one method. That's called the substitution method. Second method, I'm going to use the same system of equations. X plus 2y equals 3. And 4x plus 5y equals 6. So this time, I'm going to use the idea if I add two things that are equal, that the sum's still going to be equal, and if I multiply both sides of an equation by the same number, I'm still going to keep equality. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides of the first equation here by negative 4. So I get negative 4x minus 8y equals negative 12. And 4x plus 5y equals 6. I still want to put that second equation down. We always want to replace one equation with a new equation. So now, I'm actually going to add the left-hand side and right-hand side of these equations together. So I end up with negative 3y equals negative 6. And this may look familiar from the last way that I worked the problem. We had that at some point. I divide both sides by negative 3, and I get y equals 2. And now again, I'm going to plug it into one of my original equations. Probably the easiest one to work with is the first one. So I have x plus 2 times 2 is equal to 3. 2 times 2 is 4, and I can subtract that from both sides, and I get x equals negative 1. So that's two different methods for solving systems of equations where we have two equations and two variables. What we're going to do on Monday is get into looking at what this means geometrically, and also, if time allows, we're going to take a look at some other methods that we can use to solve a system of equations in two variables.